What's good? What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Urban Platform Speaks. Make sure to like and subscribe as you come into the channel and check out the content. And with that being said, man, I'm gonna get right into my topic, man, and that's recent articles that have been coming out from NBA executives, and they really trashing Bronny James, right? And the more and more people get the opportunity to see Bronny James, the more and more, people can't deny the fact that this guy is not ready. That a lot of people are saying that he should have stayed in school for 4 years, and it's more and more obvious. You already had the fans and other people say that, LeBron, like fans didn't, most fans that people who play basketball and watch basketball, they knew from the beginning that Bronny James wasn't ready. And I don't know why, ESPN and these major outlets, why they keep pumping Bronny James up like he was the best thing since sliced bread. This guy scored one basket in a game, and then they'll show that basket all, like that'll be this whole sports highlight. They'll just like put that play on a loop and continuously show that one basket that LeBron hit, like that Bronny hit, right? And so now ESPN and also NBA executives are coming out, and I want to read some of the statements that they made, and comment on their statements. First statement said, "Set up for failure. What lies ahead for LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers?" Right, and I do agree that Bronny James was set up for failure. You put you put him in a position where he couldn't win. Like anytime, like in nepotism, when you put somebody, like say for instance, if you own a business and you allow one of your kids to run the business, like they'll be in the business, working in the business, but they won't be put in a position where as though the business will fail, on their account, and it's different with playing a game, because if he can't help you, in a game, then you really can't have him out there. And so LeBron James, by him bringing his son in, too early, really put him in this position to fail. I think he should have developed more at the collegiate level, and then and then moved on up to the NBA level. But LeBron James was so he was so pressed to have Bronny James playing beside him that he made this irrational move. Another statement, I'm going to read this. It says, the expectations for Bronny by the fan base and by LeBron James and Rich Paul are not considerate with the reality of his game. One Eastern Conference executive said he had any real idea of how far away Bronny is, they just would not have done this, right? And but what this executive say, like the fan base, I don't think the fan base supported this at all. You know what I mean? He lumped the fan base in. So he said expectations for Bronny James by the fan base and by LeBron and Rich Paul are not commensurate with reality of the game. And like I said, most fans that I know that watch basketball don't think, people didn't think that Bronny James was ready. But now LeBron and Rich Paul, I think that they didn't really, in my opinion, they didn't care if Bronny James was ready. They was going to put him in there no matter what. And so that's all where that stands from. You can't really place any of the blame on the fan base. People who support LeBron, you still can't put any of the blame on the fan base. That's all on LeBron and his inner circle. And so I'm going to read another comment, and it says, "You're set up for failure." One Eastern Conference scout who has evaluated Bronny for years. It's like, what's the expectation here? And that's a good question. Like, what do you expect from from Bronny, someone who has, from a guy who averaged like 5 points a game in college. In high school, he wasn't even the best player on his high school team. And so now, like, what can you reasonably expect from Bronny James, at this point, looking at his skill set, looking at his height, what can you reasonably expect from Bronny James in this situation? Let me read another statement. This one is from a Western Conference exec. He should have stayed in school, one Western Conference exec said, no doubt about it. And that's what everybody's saying, that, like, Bronny James definitely should have stayed in school. But because LeBron James surrounded himself with a bunch of yes men, he was able to make this irrational, delusional decision in mind. And really, you hurt the integrity of the game. I know that Stephen A. Smith came on and said, he did a show where he said that LeBron James earned an opportunity to have his son play to play in the league. When I disagree, like, because the NBA is not about LeBron. It's National Basketball Association. It's not the LeBron, you know what I mean? This is not his business. And so the integrity of the league is at stake, because the Lakers want to win games, and they want to win games and win titles. This is one of the most storied organization in the NBA. So they want to win titles. And Bronny James at this point in his career is not in a position to help them win titles. He really can't, he really can't do anything for the team right now. And so it would have been better for them to draft someone who could at least help even if it was just somebody like the 55th pick, even if it was somebody who just would have been a great practice player, right? Somebody who could help the starters get in shape, or help, or offer some, help out in practice. Well, Bronny James is not even to that level where he's of any to benefit to anybody. Like, if you playing basketball as a professional basketball player, no way you can improve your game playing against somebody like Bronny James, because he's just not a challenge for a real professional basketball player. It's just he don't present any type of challenge. And so yeah, man, I just think that this season for the Lakers is going to be an interesting season. I'm looking to see, like, how much pushback LeBron James get from the networks, how much pushback he gets from the fans, and it's already starting to it's starting to get bad. I think it's really going to snowball and get worse, especially if they are now in a position where they can make the playoffs or something like that. I think things are really going to get bad. But that's my take on it. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. And also, don't forget to leave a comment. With that being said, I'll check you all out on the next episode. Peace.